You got to get everybody on board, and it's hard because they can't see what you see in your mind.
I'm also very blessed, I think, to have family and friends that I don't have anyone that's really out there telling me, hey, man, you know, they know where we're at. And I'm still able to go out and make enough money to pay the bills right now. But it's like, that's the hamster wheel.
But that's
right?
incredible in your industry,
it's
by
great.
the way.
Yeah. But and I'm not trying to downsize that, but also it can be the hamster wheel, you know. So like my dad, sometimes he's got the best hillbilly wisdom in the world. But we were on our way home from Wisconsin, and I was just like telling him, you know, I was like, man, I just don't know if I can keep doing this right now. He said, well, son, it's pretty simple. If you stop now, you just end up where you are, you know? And I was like, dang, that's kind of very simply profound, you know? So, and I say that to just say, like, him, you know, my buddy Brandon, Matt, like my wife, everybody just says, you just got to keep going, you know? And burnout can be a real thing, you know? So you keep going, but also it's that balance we were talking about earlier of like, I'm looking, you know, I've got a few shows left between now and September 6th. And I've got 3 weeks where I can kind of just like unpack, you know? And so when you have those moments in life where you've got, you know, a few days or a few weeks or a vacation, like you gotta, I think there's different work to be done there. You can't just like lay around and drink margaritas all day.
Healing is intentional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every time we go on vacation, it's about day 3 or 4 before I get there, even though I've been there 3 or 4 days. You know, my mind and my heart ain't there yet. It takes 3 or 4 days to get there. And then it's usually not long after that it's time to go back.
You get a day or two and then you're like, oh no, we're back. You know, I mean, I hate to, I don't want to come across negative. I'm so blessed to be able to do what I do, but also, man, you dream of this and then you get it, and then you have a daughter and you're home 40 days the first year of her life.
Oh, wow.
And that'll kind of change your perspective on,
yeah,
dang, I thought I wanted this, but man, I had no idea that I was going to want those days so much more. You know, I turned down, I remember one time I had this goal of reaching a certain amount of money for a show offer. And I got that show offer one time in my career. But I had the weekend home. And I remember getting a phone call about the show, and they knew that I was, you know, trying to hit that goal. And I was like, what day is it? And they told me, and I was like, dang, man, I just can't do that. What do you mean? I just can't do that, you know? I don't know, man. It's, make plans, life happens. You visualize what things, I think it's really important not to build this image of what success looks like in your head to every square inch of the room, you know? It's like, make sure that, you know, you said something about prioritizing correctly earlier. It's like, make sure that, sit down with that piece of paper like I did before I came to Nashville and be like, my advice, and it may be terrible advice, is like, don't ever put the business or the money first on the list of what is supposed to be important to you.
There it is.
First, first, and I'm terrible at this one, but first, I believe, you know, just because of what I believe and where I come from, first needs to be God. Second needs to be who you're doing life with, and who chose you and who you chose to spend your life with. Next needs to be if you've created life with them. And then after that needs to be your business and all of that to support and be in line with those first few things.
The hardest part is just sometimes is keeping those priorities straight.
Yeah, man. I feel like if you put that one first, and then by his will, the other things come in line the way they're supposed to. Yeah. If those are there and you're really putting it there and putting the effort there, then he's going to give you the strength and the stamina and the help to take care of these things. And I love being able to do this because it allows me to think out loud and also see where I'm falling short, and when I'm able to have conversation, so it's like I'm sitting here telling you this, but I'm like, hey man, I haven't been doing that.
Yeah, I had no doubt. This platform for me is like it heals me every time we do one. You know,
Dude, Jordan Peterson talks about, like, and I got to see him speak one time, and I know a lot of people have different.
He's great, right? I've seen him too. Yeah,
he's brilliant. Obviously, whether you agree with him on this or that or not, I can listen to someone talk and not have to agree with everything they say. The world's so weird about that today. But he talks about, when he's doing these seminars and stuff, it's like he's just thinking out loud, and he comes to so many conclusions by just doing that. And I wish that conversation could be open enough, without fear of offending people and stuff, that we could do that more often.
Absolutely.
I think it's kind of been turning around for the last few years. Like we had a little stint there where everything offended everybody, and obviously people would get tired of that, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. When you're talking about putting your family first, we figured out, like, it's not necessarily choosing family versus your dreams. What we figured out at my house is just like my wife and myself are helping my son and daughter figure out and chase their dreams. Well, they can all be involved in mine too. So, like, last year I did it once, and I probably won't do it again for anytime soon. But I was gone basically most of August, September, October, and November on a out speaking out of town. And I remember I missed a lot during that time at home, but I didn't, because I remember when we were talking about doing this, it's not Dad's leaving us. It became, hey, Dad, you got to go do. They were there with me. They were experiencing it with me. We were all together, even though we weren't physically together. So it became, when you dream together, it makes it a lot easier to do both. That's where that balance comes in, is just get everybody involved.
Yeah, I like that too. And I'm kind of a traditionalist in the sense of what a man's job is and role is in the family. And
preach.
Yeah, right. So I think, historically men are at times supposed to be gone for a while and do work. And I mean, you go back to hunter-gatherers,
that's it.
I wasn't around them, but I would imagine that the women were taking care and raising the community and teaching the kids what they needed to know to be able to go out, the male children, what they need to know to be able to go out when they get older and do what they need to do and what berries to pick or whatever, but... And
wait a minute, you mean there wasn't a 5 o'clock alarm that they could hit every afternoon when they were out hunting?
It was time to get up and go when the sun was up and you could see, you know what I mean?
And the animals didn't come right to their tent so they could hunt on their own camp. Yeah. They had to go out and disappear for 2 or 3 days at a time hunting, maybe.
Nice analogies for some success right here.
Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more, and visit nickhyder.com.